4. Welcome to the Man Camp Podcast, episode 2. I'm your host, Chris Cook, and my esteemed co-host right next to me is Mr. Deshaun Warren. Say what up, though, man.
What up, though? I am not esteemed, so don't call me that, but keep going, though. I like the rest of
it. Yeah, man. But, so...
I don't know what esteem means, so I don't want you to call me that.
Accomplished, man. Accomplished. You're an accomplished man. You're an accomplished husband, accomplished father, everything, man. You know what I'm saying? You're esteemed, brother. You know.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, man, we're just working it out, and we're trying new things, and we're trying to get this thing going, and we're trying to figure out, what's our niche right now. So we're gonna try our Riverside FM, and we're gonna see if we're gonna do a video one this week, and we're gonna see how that goes and how it all works out. But we have a special guest today. And that's gonna be comedian Jay Bell, and he's gonna also when we get to our topic for the day, black male fatherhood, we feel like he has a very unique story and a very unique point of view on fatherhood. So we're gonna talk to him when he gets back. But so we're gonna jump off into this podcast. I'm gonna jump off into it, man. So our first segment is always random stuff in the news, and the first things first, man. I want to do a mental health check, man. Mental health check. How you doing, Dave? D. Warren? How you mental doing, brother?
It could be better. I ain't gonna lie. It could be better.
I mean, they always say check on your strong friends, brother. They always say check on your strong friends.
Man. I got some. I'm gonna be real with you, man. I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna let you know what's on my mind right now. What's really got me bogged down. For the most part, everything is cool, but I got some shit I ordered from Amazon, man, and it ain't here yet. So that, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is when you order some shit and you sitting on the edge like, yo, this shit's supposed to be here. You got your blinds open, you checking, shit ain't there yet. You hear a truck, you like, oh no, that's a bus. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at right now. Outside of that, okay. I'm smooth though.
That's what's up, man. How's the family doing, man? How the kids doing?
You already know what tip they be on, man.
Yeah,
you already know what tip they be on. We talk about that all the time. But everybody good, man.
I mean, 1 to 10. 1 to 10. What's your mental like right now, man? 1 to 10.
It would be like at a 9, man, but this package ain't came. I'm like at a 5 for real. Like this shit pissing me off because it's like super late and they on some old. If it ain't come by this time, we'll give you a full refund. I don't want no refund. I want what I ordered. So yeah, but outside of that, I'm cool. I'm cool. How you doing?
Is that Jay Bell trying to get on? Jay Bell.
But in the meantime, man, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. I would have to say I'm about a 7 right now. My kids are doing great. Cam's gonna start football on Saturday. Livy's gonna start cheerleading with Southfield Falcons. So yeah, man. It's moving. But some personal stuff I'm going through right now. You already know. So it's a struggle and it's a grind, man. It's a mental grind of staying positive every day. Focusing on myself, focusing on my growth, and trying to become a better man. So how's work doing, man? How's work doing for you, man?
Man, I don't care about work. Let's jump off in this topic, man, because I ain't come here to talk about work. Uh, let's jump off into these topics for real.
All
Cause
right,
it's
man.
late and I'm trying to smoke later. So go ahead, hit me with a topic, man. What's going on?
All right, man. All right. So the random stuff in the news, man.
Okay.
So a lot of people online have been talking about this. The first things first is the show that Brandon Marshall's on. But then he also has a podcast called I Am Athlete. With a lot with Channing, what's his name, Channing Crowder, Fred Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
Ocho Cinco, and they talk about brotherhood and and what's going on in the league and I actually watched the episode with Cam Newton, and that was very revealing about Cam. But I just want to talk about the viral clip that's going around talking about the way Ocho kind of expressed himself. Chad Ocho Cinco expressed himself, and in the scene, and it really did have a great opportunity for men to understand when we're not okay, and how to speak about it, man. So and
Mm-hmm.
and that's where I got the mental health check, man, because you gotta check on your strong friends sometimes. You have to be able to talk to them, and not have surface conversations. Because the one thing that me and you have had
Mm-hmm.
over the years has really helped me, become the man I am today, and the father I've become today, because some of the things you went through before me that I needed some clarity on, and I needed some help on, some man stuff, to talk about, so it really did help me. I gotta thank you for that, brother. I really do, man. So,
Mm-hmm.
but so why do you think that men don't talk to other men, about what's going on with them?
Um, I feel like it's something that gets pushed on both sides as far as gender wise, with men and women. Like, as an example, I'm talking to my wife like earlier today in the morning, and we talking, and people be joking, but it's kind of one of them things where it's like, ha ha, it's a joke, y'all, but it's like really like this how I feel. Like we both seen stuff online to where people be on some old like a man a man getting a lemon in his water is gay, or if a man
Mm-hmm.
chases drink, that's gay, or if you know what I'm saying, it's like you so expressing yourself, talking about your feelings, crying in front of some other dudes is just like a no go, because the machismo is pushed so hard on us to where it's just like, man, I can't tell this other dude, you know, that I'm going
Right.
through something. I'm going through, the loss of my family member, or I'm having a hard time in my job, or my girl giving me issues. Like, I can't tell. You can mention it, and then it's just like, all right, dog, you want to go get you want to go get some drinks or something like that. But it ain't really no real sit down conversation. Let's talk through this. Let's figure out how to, remedy this situation. So it's a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
stigma behind men expressing themselves. So it just over time, as you get older, it's a learned behavior. Just like, hey, dog, don't nobody care. Keep it to yourself and deal with it. You know. So I feel like that's where it comes from.
Oh yeah, man. And honestly, man, I feel like you know because I feel like every friend, every group of your friends, like you have your associates, and you got your boys, you got your best friend, you got your coach, you know what I'm saying, close knit people, and your associates, you don't really associate, you don't really talk about anything with them. You just where the party at, where the drinks at, blase blase, and that's what it is. But I feel like I've had the the pleasure of having real friends. You know what I'm saying? Real friends, the people that I could talk to and I could go to, and I could really, express myself, and then we'll also talk about real stuff, because I mean, this man stuff ain't easy, man. This man stuff ain't easy. Not when nobody, when nobody cares about, how you feel. It's all about production. It's all about production in life with a man. It's like, what are you going to produce? What are you going to have? What are you going to do? How are you? And as soon as you, you have a negative feeling, or you got to talk about something, it's always man up, man up. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes manning up ain't the way to go, or it's not the way for you to be able to handle your situation. I mean, because shoot, you gotta look at it like, you gotta look at it like this, like, like when my daughter Olivia falls, like I'm beyond like caring for her. Like I'm just like, baby, are you okay, baby? You okay? You okay? And then when my son fall, I just be looking at him like, get up, but I just like, get up, you all right, man? Dust stuff off, you all right? But at the same time, I know that, I have to, that at some point I'm going to have to, give him a little bit more, I would say, care when it comes to stuff like that, because, the one thing he expressed to me about playing football was like, oh, daddy, I don't want to get hurt. I'm like, oh, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say to him. I was like, okay, well, you may get hurt. It's possibility may get hurt. Stuff is going to happen where you might get hurt, but, I didn't know what to tell him, but some of it is a part of him, getting some man knocks, you know what I'm saying, and learning how to compete, because competition is the biggest thing that, that you have to learn about being a man, is how to compete, so, but yeah, man, I mean, it was a powerful episode. It was a powerful episode. It was really good because it gave a look into the locker room, or it gave a look into when people are being vulnerable, and how those vulnerabilities are shown. Because the crazy part about it was that even with Chad Johnson trying to explain how he felt, like, I'm like, you lost your mother, man. How are you a 7? Like, how are you a 7? I would be a 3, a 2, or a 1. But he also said something that was very important. He was like, if I'm a 3, I'm not functioning, and I got people that got to depend on me, And but see, that's the thing about manhood, man. Nobody care about your grieving process, So, it's a catch-22 sometimes, Yeah. So
I remember. I don't remember the cat's name. He was a baseball player, and his wife was delivering on opening day, and I think it was like CBS Sports. Boomer Esiason was on some old like, so what? Like, it's opening day, like, we'll be there. And baseball, they play like 3,000 games a season. It's like, fam, he can't miss the very first game. But it was like people was really calling him out on some old like, it's your job. This is what you do. You get paid millions of dollars to do this. And it's just like, that is some of the stuff that perpetuates that whole thing, to where men don't feel like they have time to breathe, be excited, overjoyed, caring, chill, anything. It's just like work, production, on to the next thing. So.
Yeah, man. And I mean, it's a I mean, I think we don't give men the opportunity to have the space to heal. We don't have the space to heal a lot of times. We don't have the space.
We gotta take it, bro.
We don't have the space. Right, exactly.
We gotta take, like, we gotta stop allowing people to feel like to give us the space. We just gotta take it. Like women, they don't play that. You know what I'm saying? If they need something, if they can't get it from a man, if they ain't got no man to, cry to, they'll find an aunt, they'll find a best friend, and they will all support each other in that way. They don't let a lack of somebody else giving them the opportunity to do that. So we have to just go ahead and just, take the initiative and take accountability and just make it happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think, because a lot of times I feel like a lot of men are broken. A lot of men are broken. We come into these relationships with these women, and our woman becomes our psychiatrist and our psychologist, quote unquote, and that's a great thing to have in your woman. But at the same time, your woman can't handle all of your brokenness too. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's a great that's a great quality that women have. But at the same time, we gotta find a way to heal ourselves in other ways. But on to the next topic, man. Russell Wilson has been in the news. Russell Wilson has been in the news as usual, per usual. First off, because of his trade talks, because he's saying things like, I don't want to be traded, but if I get traded, I'll be traded. I want to be traded to these 4 teams.
Right.
That's like saying, like, if I'm a cheat on my wife, I'll cheat on with these 4 women if I'm a cheat on her. But I just want to know, why is there so much hate for Russell Wilson? Like, I mean, I know everybody is Team Future. I mean, Future. I mean, Future is almost like Michael Jackson. Like, it's like he made Thriller. He made March Madness. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, it's like, it's almost like a thing where, people are just, they hate Russell Wilson. And I mean, I wonder why. Like, because you got to realize, like, this brother is a God-fearing man. He's a family man. He's a married man. He got kids. He's doing everything right. I mean, and there's so much hate for this man. Like, he a simp. He this, that, and the other. His woman
Time out.
used to.
Time out.
Okay.
That's the thing right there.
Okay.
He is corny. Nobody's saying he's a bad person, because he obviously not, but he corny, and that's also obvious too. He can be 2 things at once. Like, just because you're successful and you rich and you know what I'm saying, you got all these accolades and you God-fearing and you're doing everything right, don't mean you can't be corny, because he clearly is. And that's not like a necessarily a bad thing, but that is who he is. He's a corny nigga. Like, that's cool, but it is what it is. So stop trying to, like, I feel like people be trying to make him seem like he cool, and it's like, he not. He corny. Like, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? But the nigga corny.
Mm-hmm. I mean, are we judging?
He corny.
I mean, we gotta. I mean, we all as Black people, we do kind of get into the who's Black, into the Black debates of things like, like who's who. Like, we judge Blackness based upon your struggle. Like, if you ain't come from the east side of Detroit, or if you ain't come from this side of Detroit, or if you ain't, if you ain't got this type of struggle, you ain't no real brother. You ain't a real brother, or, because I mean, the funny part about it is, like, even when I went to college, it was funny because people didn't even know I was from the east side of Detroit, and but that was just me being me. You know what I'm saying? But it's the funny part about it. It's how can we not? How can we have a level playing field when it comes to, quote unquote, judging Blackness, quote unquote? Like is it that we are judging Blackness because of your struggle, or do you have to have this hood story for you to be accepted? Because I mean, the same thing can be said about Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Kobe Bryant wasn't accepted because
he's another corny nigga. But here's the thing: it works both ways, and I think that a lot of people don't want to be honest about that because just
Okay.
like the people from a certain walk of life, you know, with black people, they'll say, Russell is corny or he ain't no real nigga, whatever, whatever. People from his side, they look down on the other side too. Say you uncultured
Mm-hmm.
Bammers, you hood dusty niggas. Like they look at them like you less than, you uneducated, you know what I'm saying, whatever, whatever. So it worked both ways. Now, I think it's highlighted because of how corny Russell is, but it is not it's not an unfair thing as far as it's one way or the other. Like no, it worked both ways. Like people like Russell, they look at somebody like Future like he a nobody, like he ain't no good, like he ain't a good dude, like he a scumbucket or whatever. Is there some truth to that? Yeah, and there's also some truth to that. Russell, you a corny nigga. And that's just what it is. It ain't got to be a one way or the other. It ain't got to be like one thing is demeaning and one is not. Both could be true.
Okay. I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, because the same thing can be said about Steph Curry. I mean,
Another corny nigga.
I know
Yeah,
you're you're definitely a Steph hater, quote unquote.
I'm a
Yeah, man.
realist when
But
it comes to Steph, but I will take of being a Steph hater. I'm cool with that, but more or less, I'm just a realist. Like he another little corny dude. I don't think he's bad. I don't feel negatively about him, but it's just like a little corny.
hmm okay. Well, our last topic in our segment of random things that are in the news is why is it that Dak Prescott does not have a contract? I think I am so tired of this topic because it's on every show every day on every debate show, and I gotta watch it every day. I'd be like, man, we all stop talking about this, but I guess we gotta talk about it too because it's a random in the news, and and we talk about man stuff. We talk about sports. Um, so why do you think Dak Prescott doesn't have a contract? Do you think it's racial, or do you think
No,
is that Jerry Jones will think he's worth that much money, or
J-
he's overreaching for himself?
Jerry don't think that Dak is worth all of that. Um, it's
Okay.
and in that space is two things. It's either you gotta perform like hell, or I gotta really like you. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and those things are not apparent with Dak. Obviously they not that close, and obviously Dak ain't like he really balled out like that. Like when they was
Mm-hmm.
run heavy, and that line was, probably the best in the league, they had success. And when it wasn't like that, when they start losing pieces to the line, or they wasn't as healthy, or Zeke wasn't there, or he wasn't running as well, you seen what happened. So I figure he just don't feel like Dak is worth it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what else can you say? Look at what they did. What they did last year with him out after getting injured.
Mhm.
They went like what 8-8,
Mhm.
7-9, I think 6-10. They would have been the first losing record team to win the division. If they would have beat the Eagles. I think they would be. I think they would have if they would beat the Redskins last game of the season, and also Redskins. But
Mhm.
I just feel like this. Like the market has to be respected. Um, because a lot of times, like we know, like a lot of quarterbacks have gotten money that didn't necessarily earn it, or
Mhm.
didn't necessarily deserve it. But the market said they deserved it. I mean, like when Matthew Stafford came up for his contract, we didn't nobody in Detroit thought that he was worth 35 million dollars, 35 million dollars. Nobody thought he was worth that because of his inability to win a playoff game. You know, so I mean, is it that he is, I mean, but he is valuable to that team though. I mean, without Dak Prescott, you see what y'all could possibly be. I mean, like, are y'all gonna go to the draft? Are y'all gonna go? I mean, you know, obviously, you know, Russell Wilson wants to come to the Dallas Cowboys. You know, is that a good trade? I mean, I feel like that's a good trade, but I don't know. You know, and then plus, it's a very you know, quarterback heavy draft this year with Mac Jones. You got Trevor Lawrence. You got, you know, Justin Fields. You got, you know, the kid from BYU. You got Trey Lance from North Dakota State. Like, you got, like, it's a lot of first round quarterbacks in this league and in this draft, and you know, you have to be able to you know, give some credence to that and be able to, you know, be like, okay, is that on the table for them? You know, because I mean, you would have the quarterback 5 years if you pick up the 5th year option. So
they got a couple people they can get. Like you said, they can go to the draft. You got Russell saying he want to go there. You got Carolina pretty much letting it be known that they about to get rid of Teddy. So you got a little wiggle room, and like I said, Dak ain't made it. He hasn't made them feel like, yo, we have to do this.
Like,
and
but I mean,
quarterbacks
think
are
about it,
overpaid
like,
any damn way. So yeah, they is. They
overpaid. Here you go.
Overpaid.
Here you go. I mean, I'm a quarterback, so hey, I don't never think quarterbacks overpaid. So, you know, I mean, but they're the most important player on the team. I mean, you know, when you look at it, I mean, we're the most important player on the team. But okay, you know. But
if
yeah,
you're not
anyway,
the best player on the team, then you shouldn't get the bread. That's it.
Here you go. But he's the most important player on the team. If you got a weak quarterback, you ain't got nothing, brother. Nothing.
That's not true. That's not true. But
who?
On any other team sport, the best player, regardless of position, that's who gets the cheese. With football, it's automatic quarterback, and you could be a bum for real. And yeah, like, I feel like if Dak played for the Bengals had the same record that they have now. I don't feel like he has impact like that to where you make him feel like we got to keep this guy, we got to pay this guy. Maybe I'm a little biased too because here's the thing, and this is petty as hell, but that's where I'm going right now. His name is Dakota. I'm not signing no nigga and paying him that much money named Dakota. He's not even cold like that. You know what I'm saying? So what's the nah. If I'm Jerry, and Jerry done did some stupid stuff, but if I'm Jerry, I'm not paying that boy. You ain't even did nothing. And your name Dakota? Get the hell out of here, bro. You wasn't even.
Think about it. The time when Tony Romo went down, his rookie year, and he took them 12-4 after that, and he saved their season because of Tony Romo went down, and he was a rookie that year. He was a 4th round draft pick, and he took them to the playoffs. One playoff game, lost to the Packers in the divisional round. So, I mean,
no.
I mean, that's a winner. I mean, you got to think about it. Like, there's only 6 quarterbacks. There's only 6 quarterbacks that got more wins than him right now, and they're the best quarterbacks in the league. They're some of the best quarterbacks in the league. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, Russell Wilson. Who else? Drew Brees. They all got more wins than him, but they're the best quarterbacks in the league. And he didn't even play last year. So obviously they're gonna have more wins than him. But you get what I'm saying. So I mean, that's a winner. And he's a great leader, and he leads that football team. So I mean, you know, it's kind of up in the air. But all right, man. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna have comedian Jay Bell on. Okay, stick with us.